All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to get started right on time to respect y'all's time. And I'm sure that we'll have some people trickling in. We had 45 people registered. So I'm glad that all 45 didn't show up, because I was wondering how I was going to make sure that nobody parked in, the parking spaces. There are one or two companies around here that they don't want you to park in their spaces. So this is perfect. We will get going. My name is Ella McDowell, your social butterfly, and I partnered on this with SCORE Baton Rouge. If you are not familiar with SCORE, how many of you have been to a SCORE mentor? Or good, so most of you are. I see that you picked up the brochure and have it. If you have not ever been to a SCORE mentor, they are some business people that are still in business, some that have retired. It actually was originally called the Special Corps of Retired Executives. I now call it the Special Corps of Real Experience. Much more today and with it. But you can make an appointment. You can call the office and make an appointment. Say that you've been to this workshop, and should be able to get you in rather quickly. But tell them exactly what have a more specific question. For instance, Pat is was one of the SCORE mentors. He's not active right now. I'm active if you call me in and need to, but I'm not just on the schedule. But you can say, I need help with marketing, or I need help with figuring out contracts. I need help with this, and they will try and pair you with somebody that has that experience. So rather than just saying, I want to come in to meet with a mentor, we all have different experience and different strengths. So I do encourage you to utilize SCORE, because the business counseling is free, which is usually in everybody's price range. And so it's one of those hidden gems in Baton Rouge. They're in the Technology Center. So that is the former Beaumarchais, if you are from Baton Rouge. And they're good people. So I told you a little bit about myself. I did want to start by kind of going around the room, getting your names, what you've done, and what are you hoping to get out of today. I know I have a prepared slide, so there are some things with the digital trends that I want to make sure that you know, but there may be something specific that I haven't thought to answer that you need to know today. So we'll start over here and then move around.
My name is Beverly Stewart.
Hi, Beverly.
I'm with the A21 Project. This is a nonprofit organization.
Okay. And was there anything in particular you needed to hear today? Open to learn?
Social media trends.
Just social media trends. Right on target then.
The latest that's going on.
That's exactly what I prepared, so good.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sharia Lane. I'm an educational consultant with Lane Consulting Services here in Baton Rouge. I'm also an educator and an author, and I thought I knew everything about social media until one of my Facebook pages started posting to another that I didn't do. And when she told me about the class, I said I need to be here. So I'm glad to meet everyone.
So one of your pages is automatically posting to another?
Well, I figured out it was the thing called Pages.
Okay.
And Pages will automatically, if you don't set the parameters, which I didn't even realize I had the app on there, it will post to, which is a good thing, to all of your pages, but you have to choose. But the default is whatever they see that's attached to your email or whatever, it'll post out to all of them at one time.
I've not had that happen to me yet, so I'm glad, because I usually go click on the page that I'm selecting and make sure that I'm signed into just that page. So yeah, I have tons of pages that I'm connected to, so that could be bad for me. So yeah, the Pages app though is a good way to keep things going around on your phone. So Bert.
I'm Bert Alley, and I have a program with 50 therapeutic fables to teach children cognitive coping skills, and we're trying to market that using Facebook, and I know absolutely nothing.
So all these trends are going to be totally new to you. And I have a lot of people who are working with children here today, so I'll make sure that you kind of, talk to each other, because they're good referral networks here.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ann Gilstead, and I am working in the state of Louisiana Medicaid Division, and I'm interested in starting something for myself. I know nothing about social media, so that's fine.
All right.
Hey, I'm Reagan. I'm with Badgers Christian Life Magazine. We're trying to expand our social media.
So anything in particular you had questions about?
No, I just want to absorb as much as I can.
Absorb as much as you can, and then bring it home to share with Beth.
Yeah.
Laura?
Yes, I'm Laura Thomas. I'm with Antares Technology Solutions. We're a software development, IT software consulting company. Been in business for almost 30 years. So when you think about social media, we're on the back end. We did a portal for the Louisiana Clerks Support Association. We actually worked with Molina as part of the back end programming for the Medicaid for claims processing. Work with companies like Saks Department Store. So we're very much on the behind the scenes, very much referral, interactive, personal driven references. And I want to work to do more with social media since next year is our 30th anniversary.
A good way to promote an event
We've
all
done
year.
some things over the years. I think our last Facebook post was 2014.
So time to get back to
I did
it.
some stuff on LinkedIn, so it's time to put together a plan and hope I can get some ideas.
Okay.
Go with that.
All right. So maybe talk a little bit about planning. All right. Will.
My name is Will Barrios. I started a company in January called Theater Maker. My background's in theater. I studied theater in New York, doing SU design, doing props, regionally, off-Broadway, Broadway. I had a toy that I created for myself as a kid that never existed, and it still doesn't exist. So when I kind of figured out what could I probably do for the next 20, 30 years of my life that isn't me painting like variety flats in a theater space, is revisiting this toy. And I've been working on it for some time and realized it could fit into the toy market. So I've been developing it. I'm on my first prototype, and I'm slowly trying to build my audience as I continue to build and network and find communities professionally here that I connect with. Mostly trying to build that audience that we talked about a little bit to get the leverage once I start getting more prototypes open and connect with the community and kind of share out the concept idea, let kids build prototypes, adults build prototypes, and get that feedback from the community. So it's been an interesting path to this point, but Jill and I agreed to talk about audience growth, and that's why I'm here today. So even if it's with kids, I will keep my part. There we go.
That's right. All right.
I'm Henry Watson. I'm an artist and started a company called visitwatson.com. And I'm basically here to run everything I can on social media. Facebook, and I find that a lot of clients are finding to do it for friends and friends and friends. And I need to pursue that stuff.
Okay. So getting those raving fans. We all can work together. 2 years are always better than one at a workshop. Glenda?
Hi, I'm Glenda Squires. My husband started a business 24 years ago, Louisiana Contractors Licensing Service. We help people successfully pass the state board contractors licenses for contractors like for highway streets and bridges and homes, that type of thing. Also, I have a new business that I'm just getting started. I'm not completely off the ground yet, called Claim Proof, and we provide documentation of contents of housing and offices or whatever else you want to have documented. I provide the document part of it as well as the trying for you to keep, in a safe place in case there's a flood or anything else. You have to have proof of your contents of anything you have.
So such a good thing to have all the pictures of everything that you have. So I did that years ago when I first moved in, but I think I've gotten several stuff since then. So I probably need to figure out what do I have pictures of and what do I not. Pat.
I'm Pat Dorn. I'm a CPA. I do taxes and bookkeeping, and I do a lot of QuickBooks training. I have I have a Facebook account for several years, but it's mostly sat idle most of the time. And lately, I've been really getting back into it intense. A lot of trial and error, just a lot of wasted time going down the wrong alley. And I'm getting some things together now. I'm here maybe to get some tips and some stuff. Yeah, that probably saved me 2 days worth of work.
Yes, hopefully. Good. Susan?
I have a company called Oh Susan. I'm a retired art professor, and I'm just to stay busy, so this is keeping me busy. But these are called faux shrooms. They're baked meringue and put together with Ghirardelli chocolate, and these are tiger bites, the same material baked, and now I have 2 hours till they're crisp, and then I put them together with Ghirardelli chocolate. Right now, they're just being sold at Calandrums on Government and Perkins and there, but I need to do better with
getting out there,
yeah,
letting people know what it is.
yes.
Are you working with any of the food incubators that have around here?
I did. I started with the LSU food.
Charlie Jackson?
Yeah. They didn't have an oven that could bake my meringue. So
This is with Gay's group.
Right. So I went through that, and then their ovens didn't fit my needs. So now I am baking out of a registered oven, Mamma Mia Italian Cookies, Carolyn Green, share her kitchen. So, but I need to know more about what else to do. Where do these go? Most people don't know what meringue is, or they think that they're real mushrooms, and they're not. They have nothing to do except they're identical to a real mushroom. But just need to know more about how to keep these out there.
Wonderful.
I'm Shireen. I am a pediatrician, and I'm a rare breed that I'm actually opening my own private practice.
Oh.
And I want to know how to get to my audience, which are the young moms that are all the time on social media.
Yes, they are when they're not being moms. So that is good. Well, how many of you really want to see the world through money-colored glasses? I think all of us do, right? So hopefully that you'll get some idea. I will tell you that it's not a silver bullet. Social media gets you out there and gets you seen, but it's not the be-all and end-all that some people may lead you to believe. It needs to be part of your entire picture. It needs to be part of all of your marketing plan. So you still may need to do email marketing. You still may need to look into some text marketing, depending on your clientele and how they do. So it's all part of thinking about the big picture. So we are going to concentrate on social media today. Let's see. I am, at least according to my screen, recording this on YouTube. So afterwards, I'll be able to send you a recording of what it is. So if you need to listen to it again, you can fast forward. In a perfect world, this is going to work. Let's hope we have the perfect world today, right? All right. Well, like I said, my name is Ellen McDowell. I've been in business for about 5 years now. Actually, it's almost exactly 5 years because somebody sent me something on June 27th. I did start my partnership with Constant Contact, the email partnership thing. I'd gotten laid off. I was a teacher, I was a professor for the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, their online division. I do still teach for them part-time, but when the economy went down, they said, we don't need as many instructors, and thank you very much for your time here, but it's time for you to go. And then, I was quite upset, didn't know, do I want to go back into teaching? Do I want to try because that probably would have meant moving or finding another, just not many universities teaching interior design online. And so a friend of mine said, well, why don't you do my Facebook and my Constant Contact while you're looking for a job? And that sounded pretty good to me. So I was working on some of her stuff and got on the phone with Constant Contact, and they said, oh, you're a solution provider. I said, yes. What is that? Because that sounds like a great job title. I'm looking for a job. And so they explained to me people need help with social media. And obviously it's still true 5 years later because I'm able to fill the room with events like this. And so I'm happy to do these. I'm hoping to get more webinars going. I may not do as many live events like this. Today is Social Media Day, so wish everybody a happy Social Media Day. Maybe have an adult beverage in celebration of Social Media Day. Any excuse in Louisiana, right? If you do have questions, my email is easy to remember, ellen@ellenmcdowell.com. Actually, it's still different on the cards because I have not reprinted the cards yet. So I have some cards up there. Yeah, other email still gets to me. They go to the same Outlook. Please do like my Facebook page. It is Ellen McDowell, your social butterfly. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. That is one of the trends that I think I see up and coming, is that LinkedIn is getting to be a way more that you can connect with people. You can search for job titles that you think you're interested in and things like that. So I didn't do as much LinkedIn on this presentation, but do know that it is, Microsoft just bought them last year. I think Microsoft is doing some changes and stuff. I will be doing some workshops specifically on LinkedIn. I did one a couple months ago and it was very successful. So probably in August or September, I'll do that again. And of course, Twitter. Also like the SCORE Facebook page, because it is how we will find out. If you've not been to our Simple Steps, which is the first kind of, what paperwork do you need to start a business and stuff, that is always the first Tuesday of the month. Now, July is going to be the exception to that because we do them at the main library, and the main library is closed. So it will actually be on the 11th of July this next month. But when you want to find out about things like that, or there are other people that they are bringing in, Pat says he's trying to get the accounting classes that they do back going again. So watch the Facebook page and get on their email list. Since you're here, I am going to share your emails with them so that they can keep you informed of other things that they are doing. All right, let's look at all the different social media platforms that they are. Let's see if I can turn off the lights that are just above. Oh, yeah, that's better. With the windows open, at least it's not totally, but at least you see the screen better, those of you who are in the room. But we have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, YouTube, and Periscope. Does that just make your head hurt? So when you think of all those things out there, my first tip to you, don't try and be everywhere. You can't do it all, especially not as a small business. So to get started, I would pick 2 or 3. Maybe ask your clients where they are. I think everybody needs to be on Facebook. Facebook this week hit 2 billion with a B people on Facebook. There are only 7 billion people in the world, and China has 1.7 of those, and they don't have Facebook. So does that tell you how many of the world's population is on Facebook? There are rumors about people, oh, everybody's leaving Facebook, so they all come back to Facebook. It is where most people plan events. My class reunion last year, we did totally on Facebook. We had 1 or 2 people complain because they weren't on Facebook, but they found out about it because they knew people who were on Facebook. And so, Facebook is where we are growing our communities. And it is one of the first things I'm going to talk about is those communities that Facebook wants to grow. Instagram may be the second one right now that I think is kind of up and coming. Snapchat. My niece back there who greeted you all said, are you talking about Snapchat? And I said, my clients are not on Snapchat because, they're all, I can't figure out Snapchat. So I figure if I can't figure it out, then most of my clients have it. But she's like, oh, well, the boutiques that I shop do need it. Your clients are probably on Snapchat. Your clients, because they're young moms, may need to be on Snapchat. So I pray to figure out Snapchat where I can help people like you with that. But it's one of those things. Ask your clients, what social media do y'all use? And that's one of the things you could kind of put in an email and say, here's all of our pages and then track, which one are they clicking through to get to see you, because they're going to pick their favorite in the polls that you do. But almost all of them are for networking, for growing your audience, like we talked about. So this growing your audience here, almost all of them, YouTube, not really for networking, for talking back and forth. It is for promoting your message. And this is actually Periscope. I believe Periscope will go away because Twitter bought them. And so if you go on Periscope, you're actually doing Twitter Live. And I'm guessing by this time next year, Periscope will be called Twitter Live. And I'm not the only one who says that. Social Media Examiner said the same thing just last week in a thing that I was saying. So if you have not heard of Periscope, that's okay, because you've heard of Twitter, and it's going to be there. They're already tied together. Photo share. And photo sharing is a great way to grow your audience. So if you have photos of things that you are doing, take a photo of yourself at this event. Find, somebody, oh, I met so-and-so at this event. Tag their business page if you can. And then that does help grow your audience. And the photos, people like photos, and they like seeing pictures of you out and about, you growing your business. Recorded video. Of course, almost all of them, except for Snapchat and Periscope, have the recorded video. Facebook says by the year 2020, they want to be all video. So whether it's recorded or whether it's live, instead of typing out, I am at Team Real World today, we'd actually just record a quick snippet, and that's how it would go. That's Zuckerberg's vision, and usually what he has said is going to happen comes out. And now the live video is available on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. I added the Twitter one because this one didn't. Snapchat has the live video. YouTube, I'm actually technically on YouTube Live right now, but when I go on YouTube Live, I have it set for unlisted, so you can choose whether you're showing it immediately or not. And then the Periscope is all live video. That's what they grew their business on. All right, so that's my trend number one that I see, and the tip number one is to get used to live video. Facebook Live especially, it is kind of their new baby. They have been doing it for about a year, but they're still promoting it more. They will show it by default to more people. Facebook decides who they're going to show your post to. Even people who like my page, even if you like my page, you're not going to see all my posts unless you go in and say, I want to be notified when Ellen posts something. So they are showing the live videos to more people naturally. So if you're thinking, I'm going to mess up. Oh, I'm not perfect. Oh, I don't like the way I look right now. None of us are the Kardashians. We're not all in the business of being perfect. We're in the business of being people. And it's about connection. One of my webinar coach, I love to repeat what he says, John Schumacher says, it's about connection, not perfection. So do think of it that way. I'm not perfect when I'm on Facebook Live. I was listening to a teleclass that I gave, and I usually don't listen to myself because I criticize like we all do, but I was like, okay, it's good for a speaker to listen to what they say, and I use the wrong words sometimes, and I'm sure other people, when they were listening to it, going, huh, and you have to put it together. But it is about connection. It's about being out there. It's about making sure you get your message out there. So on your Facebook page, you can actually, most pages now have this look to their page when they open up and start a post. And this starts a live video, and you can tell Facebook what your default camera should be. And usually our microphones that we have in the computers are good enough. And so you start the live video, you click that button, you type in what the title is. So what are you sharing that day? It could be, taking the next step to figuring out how this connection on the toy is going to work. New announcement, something specific. So you type in what it is, and you say go live, and start that. Off of a phone, it's down here. The little button, it looks like a little person with a halo around it, but it says go live. It used to be that you had to hold your phone vertical to do that. About a month ago, Facebook made it so you can now go horizontal, which is doing all videos landscape. So if even if you're recording a video, hold your phone long ways when you're recording it. That's how YouTube is. So think about, and your TV is long. So, but you need to test it on your phone. Because I told somebody that she went around the whole event and her phone did not switch it. You have to start it horizontal. You can't be typing your title in and then switch your phone. You know, you type everything, keep it horizontal, and it should work. But you may want to do a quick test. You can even share. See how this says public up here? You can change that to being only me. Test it out, record it, say, oh yeah, it works on my phone. It's horizontal. And then go live. This is another tool that I use, that I love. Now, they were beta testing it, so they had been having a free version, and they do have a free version. You have to opt in to their trial right now, and then after that, you can do like 2 BeLives a month free. But BeLive.tv, you log in, and they have, what I love about this tool is that I can type in my agenda. So I can then say, I have a lower third on the bottom and say, you know, my name is Ella McDowell. First, I'm going to talk about, you know, why you should go live, and I can have that printed across the bottom. And so people will know what because you tune in the middle of BeLive and you're like, what are they talking about? And so you can have what your topic is at the bottom. Great tool that you can use. They have something where you can do interviews. To where if you're talking with maybe a vendor in St. Louis, you know, you can both be on screen side by side and talk about the latest things that are going on. I've been doing these with my clients. I call them Chat with the Butterfly. I usually do them on Thursday. Taking a couple weeks off, it's time for me to get back into my routine. So once you get a schedule going, put it on your calendar, make sure that you stick to it. But I go through with my clients. I have them tell me, you know, what they do, who they are, who they want to work with. And then, you know, shameless plug, I ask them how I helped them. And so I have that going. One of my clients, it got shown so many times, she actually had somebody come and recruit her to do another job. She's not looking for another job, but they mentioned this video as something that impressed them. So it's getting seen by other people. Once it's done, you can go and share the video URL. So you can go and share it on LinkedIn, share it on Twitter, and you can even download them. So they are really good. That's kind of what it looks like. Now, I blurred that out. It wasn't that bad, but I made it a little picture. So this is the side-by-side. With their top thing, you actually can do a screen share. So we're talking about doing Facebook Lives, Alyssa, just to catch you up. That's my first tip for a trend is to go live. So if you are doing a live, and these are some of Facebook's tips, is to create a schedule of when you're going to do them. So don't just do 1 or 2, but really think about, okay, am I going to do 1 a quarter? Am I going to do 1 a week? Am I going to do 1 every other week? And I've seen all those schedules work, but create a schedule and then create some posts ahead of time that tell people, I'm going to be going live at such and such a time on the Facebook page. So they know to go back. If you use BeLive TV, they actually create a post for you that says, and your clients can go get a reminder. They can click get a reminder and it pops up on their phones or on Facebook that you're about to go live. And so they get that done. So now it's ahead of time in several places. Send it out to your email list. Hey, I'm going to be on Facebook Live. You know, this Thursday I'm going to be interviewing whoever it is. I'm going to be talking about, you know, this topic. Don't wait until you have the right equipment. You know, I have my Logitech camera, and the Logitech 920 is a very good camera for doing some web work. That's the Logitech 920. I think they've actually come out with the next version, which is like 950 or something. But if the 920 is still available, I would go with it. I'm sure the price is better. I think it's less than $100. I think it's around $59 or something. Don't quote me on the price. I do have a whole blog post on all the equipment that I happen to have bought. So if you go to my website and go to Ellen's Thoughts, you can look through and find that blog post about the right equipment. But start with the default videos. Start with putting yourself with your opposite of a window and do not have any lamps behind you. Because, you know, we've all taken pictures and the light behind you, you only see a shadow. So, you know, think about things like that. This tip I got last week, start talking right away. Most people are going to be watching your replay. So that's where you're going to get the majority of people watching anyway. They're going to watch it after the fact, because especially after you do it, you can go and get the URL of the video and go tell all your people, hey, go watch my video that I did. I shared this important information, and here's where you can find it. Social Media Examiner said, make your first words, thank you for watching my replay. Because when you go live, chances are nobody's tuned in yet. And so only the replay people will see that. And then they're like, how'd you know I was watching the replay? How'd you get that on the video? Well, you start with that. You encourage them to keep watching. And if you say, like I was watching one last night, and the girl was sitting there going, all right, Facebook's getting a few more people, so we're going to sit here and wait until Facebook gets the people. And then they literally did just sit there and wait. You know, I just tuned it out. Finally, I went back a few hours later and I fast forwarded it to where she really started. But most people aren't going to do that. You know, I kept seeing the replay that she posted in different places. I'm like, okay, I've got to watch this video because I'm sure she had some good information. She did. She had some really good information. She is a travel agent for honeymoons. And she got a jewelry person who likes to put together looks. And so she talked about how to dress at a resort. And the other girl put, how do you put together outfits for a resort and put together the jewelry with it. So they did a whole video specific to honeymooners, and they made it their pre-event, their pre-video for a thing that they're doing on July 12th. So make it a preview, you know, snippet. Here's a little bit of what I'm going to do at this live event next week. A good thing to do for your video. Let people ask questions. Encourage people to ask questions, because that's the good thing about Facebook Live is that they can type in a question. And smile, especially if you are like reading somebody's question, or if you're doing an interview and the other person's talking and you're listening to them. Nobody wants to see you. You know, I mean, and you don't even realize it. And I do this on my own video, so I'm practicing this where I smile and talk through your smile, because the smile does come across the camera. So you do want to make sure that you remember to smile. Even if you have to put a little Post-it note on the video machine that says, look here and smile, then do that. Remind yourself where to look, because I think of it, that camera, I'm looking at somebody in the eye. And so when I'm doing my Facebook Lives, I make sure I look at the camera, and I have a hard time not looking down at the screen, because then I'm not looking the people in the eye. So if you're on your phone, figure out where the phone camera is, and think of that as I'm looking my client in the eye and smiling as I'm talking to them. They have all kinds of things that you can get to put your camera on a tripod where it's very still. I got mine at Walgreens checking it out. I think it was like $8, $6 or something. It's cheap as can be, but it works. Amazon has some that are a little bit more than that, but again, buy the cheap equipment, and then when you figure out what works for you, then you can invest in the greater equipment. But those the phone tripods really help you to put it up on a table. Put it up as well, to where you're not looking down at your camera, your phone. If you have to stack it on some books, where you're looking at it at eye level. Again, because that way you don't have people who are looking at the ceiling and your ceiling fan going around the lights. So try and put your camera, or if you're using your computer, put your computer up on books to where you're looking at it on eye level. I actually do mine standing up because I talk better standing up, and I figured out I didn't have the same energy when I was sitting down doing my videos. You can probably tell the ones that I'm sitting down versus the ones I'm standing up. Because I'm used to presenting, so if I'm presenting, then I just think, okay, that's my audience. So when I'm looking at that and I'm in my living room doing my Facebook Lives, I'm seeing all of you in front of me, even though I'm looking just here. So keep it up on eye level so that you aren't looking down. For ladies, you don't want that extra chin anyway. You want to, almost if you could put it up to where you're looking up, your face looks thinner if the camera's looking down at you. That's right. Hello, Facebook. So, anybody have any questions about live video?
So you have gone to the expense of having a separate camera and a separate microphone.
I have.
So that's probably the best thing to have, rather than built-in stuff.
And you do get a much clearer video when you invest in the other. But when I started, I didn't wait until I had them. I was doing webinars, and I did them with my regular camera, and it's okay. I mean, it's a good video, but you are sharper. And since people now have screens that are this big, having the sharper screen. So yes, I have the better video, and I have the microphone that's separate, and it does give me a clearer video. I can tell the difference because I actually record videos for my clients, and I can tell the difference if I take the time to plug that one in versus if I'm just trying to get it in and get it done and I don't plug it in. I'm not sure that other people notice as much as I do because I've listened to so many. But yeah, eventually I would suggest, and these aren't the best. I mean, there are better cameras out there, but I invested in kind of the entry level stuff to get it done. Mine is a little Samsung mic.
What about background and lighting?
I purchased both of those as well. Just because, again, lighting is essential. Even if you are putting yourself opposite of an open window to where you're well lit, so many people do them at their desk, and their desk is a cupping hole against the wall. And so put at least a desk lamp on. There are circle lights that go around your phone. So if you're doing them on the phone, it puts a light on. I bought a photographer's light kit. Again, I know that it was less than, it was $99. Most of us was $149. It's 3 lights. And so I have them set up. Sometimes I just put the one on that's directly in front of me, right behind that camera, but at least my face is lit from. But if I really want to do a video that is just me talking, then I go ahead and set up the whole photographer's lighting. I don't think that that's as necessary. Video is an essential part of my online community. That is what I do when somebody who's part of my membership says, Ellen, I can't figure out how to do this, then I do a quick video for them, send it out, and put it on the community's website. And so I needed to do more with it. And I even went to the expense of getting a green screen so that I can take the green screen out and put different things behind me and make it look fun and professional. Green screens are a little bit hard to do, so I don't know that I would suggest that other people go to that, but I did. I bought a plain white background because I have a beautiful card catalog that came out of the Louisiana State University library, and everybody was asking me more about the catalog than what I was presenting. And so I was like, okay, I love this piece of furniture, but I'm presenting some good information here, and they're not, they're wondering about where I got the card catalog. And so I'm having to tell that story instead of the education stuff. So that is specifically why I went and bought the white background. Plus, I try and dress in the blue, and so the contrast of the white background with the dark blue in front of it does help me to brand it, and it is part of branding and looking forward to things. So if you're going to make it an essential part, I would say maybe you can take a quarter to experiment with the Facebook Lives and figure out, how many am I going to do? Am I going to do one a quarter? Am I going to do one a week? Then you may want to invest in all the equipment. And Amazon has them all pretty good. I haven't, a lot of stuff you can't get locally. I'd love to be able to support a local vendor. This is my camera. It plugs into the USB. I got that on Amazon.
Is there a way to incorporate your PowerPoint presentation when you are doing live? Like if you want to do something?
With the Be Live TV, they have, with the Be Live TV, they do have a service that allows you to do a screen share. It is their most, they have 3 different levels. It's the most expensive level that allows you to do the screen share. What I am doing now, they don't have, I'm going the wrong way. They don't have Facebook Live yet in this, but F2F.live is a webinar type of system. Right now they're free, and that's their goal. I am being certified in the One Philosophy, and one of the principles of the One Philosophy is to hold your vision and share it with others. And they're sharing with others that their goal is to have a broadcast that has 1 million people watching it. And so they want it to be free for their basic stuff, and they have a screen share. It won't be on Facebook Live. Right now I'm on YouTube Live.
What's that called again?
F2F LIVE, Face to Face Live. So F2F.live. So free, it's in everybody's budget. I can do webinars, I can do screen shares. Like right now, what's on the screen is just my slides. And so the video that I'll send you, when I start it, it'll have my slides and it has my picture on it so that you can start with seeing me. And then I've learned from my time as a teacher that if I have my face there, people were too busy watching what I was saying rather than paying attention to my demonstration. So I took my face off to where they can pay attention to the slides. Yes?
What's the link that these work as?
For recorded video, you want to keep it 2 to 3 minutes at the most. Now that's for growing your audience. If you're really trying to educate somebody, my Facebook Lives generally are about 18 to 25 minutes, especially if I'm interviewing somebody. And I have people asking questions. So when it gets interactive, it gets fun to sit and watch. So the longest Facebook Live will let you go is 90 minutes. So they do have a maximum on Facebook Live of 90 minutes. I think that it really depends on what you are doing. There is a group that does every Monday, they do an hour-long show, and it is entertaining enough that they interview like 3 people during that show. So generally, I'm watching, I'm doing other things, but I have it on while they're doing their hour-long show. And I can tune in and say, wait, he said something good. Let me tune back into this. So if you can figure out good content, for you have the stories and stuff that you can talk about, so you could do an hour-long show every week. I try and keep mine to 20 to 30 minutes when I go do mine. And because most people are going to watch the replay, so I feel it doesn't about the link that people will give me.
And YouTube has the time constraints.
I think so, but I think it's longer. I want to say, just because I'm thinking back to the giraffe, I think they could go 8 hours on theirs. And that was very late.
Unless you have like a YouTube page or something, you go like 4 minutes or something. You get your YouTube channel, and when you verify it, until you verified it, it's 15 minutes, I think is the longest. But verifying it took, last time I did it for a client, it was just going through a couple of extra steps, took less than 5 minutes to go through all the steps to get it verified. I think you had to put in a website or some Subiaco website, you can get it verified as a real person. So you don't have to have like a paid subscription?
No.
Okay.
No. You don't have to have the paid subscription or anything for doing that. And then they'll let you go, they'll let you upload. If they say for uploads, it may just be 90 minutes or 2 hours. But the Facebook Live or YouTube Lives, I know for April the Giraffe, they were going 8 hours a day. And then they have to switch the thing. So, I miss April. I do tune in every once in a while. I was one of those who was captivated by all that she was doing. So, any other questions about live video or video in general?
About YouTube and Facebook Live.
I believe that this F2F is going to allow me, once they get approved, because you have to go through some Facebook approvals, I think I'm going to be able to do both. The B Live is just Facebook Live. The Facebook Live, there was a program called Repurpose. And so once I finish my Facebook Live, I can go to Repurpose and select it and say, okay, publish that Facebook Live to YouTube. And it was automated. Repurpose is its own, repurpose.io. Repurpose.io. And they were, I think it's $12 a month to have that. Your first 4 were free. But it was so simple to do. Once I recorded it, just press the button and it posted it automatically.
If you have a Facebook Live feed and you delete it from Facebook, does it just completely delete the file?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so because I know I actually watched somebody, that was one of her business things, is that she said, I'm going to do this master class, and she gave some really good education. But she told people, this is going to be up until Saturday. And then I've taken it down because she wanted you to join her program. And so, yes, that she did. And so that is her business. And then she repurposes it. She sells that class that she did on Facebook to people who didn't see it the first time for $49 to $79, depending on the video. So think about how you maybe can repurpose things. Yes, I have gone through, and those interviews that I did, I took clips. We got a video editing software, and you can use Movie Maker. I actually used one called VSDC. Somebody gave me another one that I haven't checked out. I think it's Video Pad. But there are a lot of free video editing systems. So I took just the part where somebody said, how do I help you? And I put just that part on my website so that, you can clip out. I also, one of my interviews, the interviewee gave a really good analogy of how Facebook is like a cocktail party. Because you want to be fun, you don't want to talk about, religion or politics, and you don't want to be going around going, hi, I'm Ellen, I'm a social media consultant. How are you? Hi, I'm Ellen, I'm a social media consultant. You want to be a person on Facebook. And so she likened it to a cocktail party. You want to have fun, you want to be social. And so I clipped that 2 minutes out. I think the air finally caught up with me. Out and used it as a separate post. And so repurposing those and downloading them can be something that you do, and you do that from your page. You go into your video on the publishing side, go into the videos, and you choose download the HD so that you can go and add things like add your logo intro or add credits at the end. So my trend number 2 is start a group as your page. Again, in the past couple of weeks, Mr. Zuckerberg has said that he wants to create more community and more common interest to where we grow together more. And so I believe, and I hope I'm right, that when you post in groups, Facebook is naturally going to show it to more people organically. And you now can start a group on your page. Some ideas for what you can do for groups. Maybe it's VIP. I was talking to my friend that owns a jewelry store, and she said, I can have a VIP group, and I'm going to share stuff that, when I'm out of market. I'm trying to choose between this vendor and this vendor. Y'all are my VIPs, which ones do you like? So they find out stuff first. They They're the ones who get invited to special events. And so they do that. Another trend on Facebook is to do a challenge. I do have a friend who is starting her Facebook group, and she's doing a 28-day cleanup challenge. So you pick a spot, maybe a closet. I'm going to do my desk. And the first day, you find one thing to clean off. Second day, you go find two things to clean off. So she's doing a 28-day challenge. Around, she started a group to do that. So at the end of that challenge, out of that group can continue on to another 28-day challenge. Or she can close it out and start the next one with something different. So I've seen that done too. Again, that same person who did the video that she took down, she did all of her videos in a group because that group was new. And so, you just joined it. Facebook was going to show more. She did some Facebook Lives, and then she done shut it down. She said, okay, this was an intro group trying to get people into the program, and, did that, shut it down. She'll do another one next quarter. So, new product, new service intro may be an idea.
Okay. There's the page, and then there's the group within the page.
Right.
Okay.
So like this is from my page. Scroll down your tabs, and you probably have a groups tab.
Now, can I, as you can, and I'm trying to pull it together my thoughts, the administrators for your pages.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you have an administrator specifically for the group? Or if you have a secondary administrator of your page, okay, that's the question.
Yes, the secondary administrator of your page does become an administrator of your group.
Gotcha.
And I know that because this is my secret group, and my dog is on the page as an administrator because testing stuff out is good to have a separate account to go log into, and I can see that he sees. I logged in this week, and I was like, oh, Flop sees all that stuff too in the group. I don't know if I can take him off the group. I've never experimented with that. But I bet in the group I could have separate administrators that weren't necessarily administrators of the page.
I know the creator of the group, you can't take them off the group.
Right. Because if they leave the group, if you create a group, I think you can turn it over to somebody and leave, but it is part of it.
So a couple things that are okay. The group is like a subset within your business.
Correct.
Okay. And you said your dog, you test your dog. Is your dog on Facebook?
My dog is a Facebook page. Which is totally, but Facebook profile.
Okay.
It's totally against Facebook's rules.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
I keep waiting for them to find it.
I wanted to be able to view my post as somebody else would view it.
Right.
So I can set up my dog. So it's not live, so I didn't do it. But.
Yeah. They haven't found it yet.
Okay.
I have had friends whose dogs pages, but I log into them like once a quarter and just kind of look.
I wanted to see what it looks like.
Yeah. I teach, if y'all are familiar with the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, I taught a Facebook class for them on specifically Facebook. And so Flop was my how to set up your Facebook page. I set Flop up as its own page. So yeah, last time I logged in, a friend of mine had tried to friend Flop, so I friended her and sent him a message. Mom doesn't let me on Facebook much. Sorry that I missed you here today. I get it. They technically it's not allowed, but
so the worst thing happens is
they just pull it down.
Everybody does this here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So your two groups right there. One is described as a secret group. One is described as a closed group. Is that your designation? Yes. Okay, so it's not something that Facebook has separate types of groups. They have separate types of groups, but the person who's created the group decides whether it's public, whether it's closed, or whether it's secret. Secret means that y'all can't go on and find this group. I have to put you in it. I have to send an invite. All right, so to get you into that, go out closed. Now,
realized I thought.
Closed means that y'all can see this group. You can ask to be in it, but you won't see any of the posts until I put you in it.
So you know it exists.
And yeah, you can see that it exists. Y'all can go ask to be in it, but I have to approve to get you in it. A public group can work the same way, but a public group, you generally see the group and you'll start to see some of the posts that are in that group before you join it. So closed group, you can't see the posts until you're in the group. So for a VIP group that you want to only share your insider's information, you either want it secret or closed. Closed if you're trying to grow the audience and help it, to grow, but at least not let people who aren't in the group see your VIP post. So closed, secret, public. And the thing is, if you share something and it's in a closed group, and then I try to share it to my page, Facebook does recognize the original privacy. So if you've ever seen something that says attachment unavailable, they shared it from a group that was closed. And so fellow people who are in the group can still see the attachment. They're like, well, I see it. It's like, oh, it's attachment unavailable. I'm not in that group, so I can't see it. So one good thing that Facebook does, if I say that I only want my friends to see this post, if somebody tries to share it, only mutual friends are ever going to see that post.
So these are like copyrighted?
Not technically, but it's a good analogy. It's the stuff that only you want that group to see.
You don't have the ability to share.
Correct. For instance, a closed group, the people outside can see that we're in here, but they can't hear what we're saying. Versus that secret group, it's upstairs and y'all can't see it and don't even know it's there, but until I tell you that it's there, I'm going to invite you in. Versus the public group, anybody can find it, anybody can post, anybody can see the post, whether they're in the group or not.
I have a question about this new thing I noticed on Facebook. There's I'm going to say 3 areas at the bottom under a post. Sometimes the share is there, and sometimes it isn't there. And so it's like, okay, this is something that needs to be shared. Can you make this where it can be shared? But I haven't had that experience. I've had people tell me, oh, we need to share this. What should you do? And I don't know what I did to make it where it's not shareable, and then when they are, easily shared.
I haven't quite figured out exactly what is happening there, except I think it's probably the original privacy setting said, only share it with this group. And so there isn't a share under there because it couldn't be shared outside the group. It is probably helping. I think it's a group thing.
Okay.
But you can set your original privacy settings. If it's got the little world, I don't think I have a picture of a post. If your post has a picture of the world, that means it's a public post and the world can see it. If your post has pictures with silhouettes of 2 people side by side, that means that you've set parameters as to who can see it. And so only those people, and even then, sometimes it can be shared, sometimes it can't. So yeah, I haven't quite figured out when Facebook decides it's shareable and not shareable, when they put that link there or not, because that is a fairly new thing that you need to probably study and figure out whether it came from maybe a closed group or it's been a closed group, so they don't want you to share it outside of the group.
I actually set that up on my personal page when I was searching out my community page. So how did I do it?
Okay. So it came off your company page.
From my personal page.
From your personal page.
Yeah, and I think it's a combination of privacy settings, but I think it's also a weird, crazy combination of are you sharing the link, are you sharing the photo, are you sharing the end of the photo, or there's something about the combination because I did it and I had to text 9 different friends to establish a function and have to keep putting and changing it. And I did a bunch of different ways.
You remember how it works?
That's right. It probably worked when we did, I believe, I added the photo, then added the link, after. And after I edit the photo, and it was available. If I can see the link and edit the photo afterwards, it's trash.
Okay.
It's very weird, and I still am curious what happened, but I'm not just talking about it.
Okay.
So it's very
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do, like, if I'll take off the link and then add the picture, then it may not have the share function afterwards. But if I say, okay, I'm sharing a photo and I have to put the link in there afterwards, because I didn't credit as a photo, you read it.
I know.
Facebook has got some quirks. And sometimes you figure it out. I'm glad to see that. Because I've seen that, and I'm like, yeah, I probably should go find how that works. But but the closed group, like if I were trying to share something, the two members are in the lot. The closed group is something that if we were trying to share something out of there, you either wouldn't see it at all, or you'd see attachment unavailable. So it's one of those things, though, somebody can figure out how to screen capture something. So, you are only as protected as you have non-savvy people in your in your group. So if you have something super secret and it could go out and get, if you're trying to show how your toy exactly works with somebody, I might not even put that on Facebook because somebody can, record what's on the screen and get it there. So there are evil people in the world who like to do bad things. But to start a group, you look at your page, and chances are this has been turned on. So if you don't want a group, you may want to go and turn the tab off. And you go into the settings and look at your, edit the page, and you can figure out, because it actually turned on a jobs tab on my page. I'm like, I can't hire anybody. My niece is lucky to be getting lunch today. So you can go and turn off and go look at what tabs they're turning on every once in a while, because they turn on some that you're never going to use. So you got a question?
Yeah. Is it good to have your business page separate from your personal?
You have to. You have to. You have to be on Facebook as a person, and then you start a business page. You never have to go back and post anything as that person, but you have to be on Facebook as a person, and then you start a business page. That's a Facebook thing. Now, good, better, best for a Facebook post. Good is if somebody likes your Facebook post. Better is if somebody comments on that post. Although if you say, please leave me a comment, Facebook reads those and shows it to less people. So you can't tell people go comment, or can't tell people to go share, because Facebook says that's not authentic. They want you to be real. So you have to post stuff that people are going to like automatically. Or go call your friend and say, hey, I just posted something on my page. Can you go like it? Or anytime I post something, can you just like it to help me out? The best is a share. Because Facebook goes and looks and says, ooh, that was good enough that this person wanted to share it with their friends. So if I have something really important on my page, I make sure I hit share and share it to my personal profile. Because Facebook gives that more credit. Kind of like you get 1 point for a popular post. If somebody likes it, you get 2 points. If they comment on it, you get like 5 points if they share it. And Facebook says, ooh, that's popular content. I'll show it to more people because one person shared it or 2 people shared it. So you want to have that to where you can share something from your page to your personal profile.
Is the business page that part of Facebook where it says, what are you selling? Or that's just a little? No. That's just a little thing.
Yeah, those things that you're selling are usually, while you could put some stuff like what you have on it.
There's not a category for food.
Yeah. They may not let you sell food on Facebook, but usually that's things that people are selling, like extra office equipment and stuff. You would want to be on there. This is going to get you. Okay. Having a page is going to get you more credibility.
So, okay.
So yeah, you create a page, and there actually is there's a blue line across the top of Facebook. At the very right, there's a little dark arrow. You click on that down, and you can go select create a page. So it's very easy, and they walk you through the steps.
Okay. When I do a tasting, I post that on my Facebook, and everybody answers it.
Yeah, but only your friends see it, so you want it to be more, right.
So how do I get more, anybody?
So you want a page where anybody can see it. Because you kind of want your own profile to be a little bit, although when you share about a tasting, make that public.
Yes.
You know, so most of my posts are public posts because I'm a person on Facebook. But if I post pictures of my 7-year-old niece, I usually take the time to say friends except acquaintances, to where only my true friends. Because I go through, and when people friend me, because I have people from all over the nation now friending me because of, I'm trying to get out there. I'm trying to do some Facebook Lives and some things. So when they friend me, I usually will friend them if they have something that I think I can offer or they can offer me, but I immediately mark them as an acquaintance. And then I'll have a list, like I'm part of the Women's Prosperity Network. So I'll say, okay, they're also part of this. So that then I can go back and say, how did I meet that person, or why did I friend them? So, but you have to do that when you're friending people. Or you can go back and retag and category people, but it's easy to do while you're friending them, to kind of think, okay, am I making this a business acquaintance, a close friend?
Okay.
So
I have to learn how to get there.
Yeah. Takes just steps. And it is overwhelming at first. So just keep doing it, keep coming, watching my webinars and whatnot. We'll keep going you through there. So you look for groups and you see a page like this and create a group. So that's how you would create it, is right there. If you already have a group started, you can go and find your group and link it. Because I had this started before they allowed pages to have groups. So I linked this group to my page. And what that does is now I can talk as Ellen McDowell, your social butterfly, instead of being Ellen McDowell. So for your, if you want to not maybe expose your personal profile, this group, you can always make sure that you're posting as your page and talking about what your page is doing instead of posting as yourself. Or you probably would want to do that too. For your membership, we'll have it under your page so that you don't have to be Bert in that page. You can be your adventures. You can be Cosmo Crow. Without starting a Cosmo Crow profile, because we'd probably lose that. So the link your group, be careful with that, because I'm page manager for a lot of pages. And so I thought, well, for this other page, she was also in the group, so I put the page on it. She started getting all the notifications when people posted in that group, and I was like, she became an administrator of the group. So if you put your page on there, the page also became an administrator of the group. I had to go figure out how to not only, because I unlinked it, but then I had to go into the list of people who were in the group and kick that profile out of the group. That's the second step. So if you do it wrong, you can't get a page out. But it's nice to have all those groups linked up to where you can post as your page in there. If you're trying to really be national or international, then you're going to want to post in a group as your page.
I want to put a page on the secret group. Can I make it to appear on both groups together? Like on the secret and on the closed? If I put some video on the secret group, can I make it to appear also on the closed?
You'd have to upload it to both separately. Or I could post it, let's say that I've made this group public. I could post it from this group into that group because this is a public group. If it shows the world, I can share it. But because it's closed or secret, I can't do the opposite. So I can share from a public post or public into the closed, but I can't share from closed group to closed group. Does that make sense? If it's already closed, I can't share between two closed groups. It won't share correctly. But if it's a public group, I can share it. Or a public page, I can share it to a closed group.
So on your personal profile, you can ask somebody to friend you.
Mm-hmm.
On your business page, you ask them to like you.
To like, yeah, we want to be liked.
Okay, so you go to anybody and you say, please like my page.
That's right.
You can pick anybody.
I think
any of the 2 billion people.
any of the 2 billion people can go and like your page.
But you can ask them to like your page.
You can ask them to like your page. You should ask them to like your page, kind of like I did. Y'all go like the SCORE page. Y'all go like my business page. So yes, you should. My business card actually lists, because I'm a social butterfly, it lists all the places that I am. Of course, I'm now on Instagram, so it doesn't have that yet. I've got to update my cards, but I will do it when I run out of cards, because I'm not going to go and waste half a box of cards. Because, you know, I'm fiscally cheap. I'm not fiscally responsible, I'm just cheap. I'm going to use every single one of those. It's kind of like I'm one of those that make sure that the toothpaste, I'm like, you know, stomping on it to get that last bit out.
You're saving the planet.
That's right, I'm saving the planet. So, but I do think that this, having groups for your page is going to help the people in that group see more of your stuff. Right?
I thought you can only invite your friends to like your page. You can't invite everybody, like on Facebook.
Oh, as far as on Facebook,
Yeah.
sending requests? Yeah, but I could share it in the different groups and stuff. But yeah, so
okay.
as far as sending an invite,
Yeah.
yeah, I can only send invites
To people on your personal
to the
page.
personal page.
Oh, great. Okay.
So you were talking about on Facebook itself, going
No,
to invite?
if I'm on my business page, can I ask somebody from that to like my page?
Not as the page, no.
Not as a page, but I can ask, in my personal profile, I can ask any of the 2
You can
billion to please like that page, or I can ask them to be my friend personally.
Yeah.
I mean, invite them, yeah.
You can do it as a public post and then get people to share, you know, ask the people who are on that page, hey, share this page out so that we can get more people to like it. I can go make an ad that says specifically, one of the ads that you can choose is to get more likes. So spend $5 and they'll show it to all 2 billion people. But you could say, okay, I want people to see this ad that have the job title entrepreneur, that are making, you know, say less than $250,000, because if you're making more than $250,000, chances are you're going to hire a big company to go and do your stuff. So I could do it that way. So I could do it through an ad to show it to people, to ask them to like the page. But no, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I can't go from my page and just ask, you know, it's invite friends. I can share the page, or do an ad, or any of my events. Y'all like my page. You know, live events on your card, like our Facebook page. Sorry, I didn't quite move anything there.
Emails, but I don't get Facebook. I receive your emails, but not your Facebook.
Have you liked my Facebook page?
I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, you have to like the Facebook page to see the post, to get the post to get news feed. Yes, so you do need to go and like me so that when you're on Facebook, you're more likely to see when I go live. You can always go and find the page every day and check in with what I'm doing, but you're much more likely to see it in news feed if you like it. And then once you like the Facebook page, you know, every once in a while, make sure that you're liking or commenting on a post, because who we interact with is who Facebook says, oh, they talk a lot with, you know, that page. They like a lot from this page. I once thought that Ambrosia Bakery quit doing Facebook because I wasn't seeing their beautiful cakes on my newsfeed, which was pretty better for my diet. But I was like, man, I can't believe that Ambrosia Bakery's not doing Facebook anymore. You know, they were doing such good. I went and looked. They were doing Facebook, but I had not been interacting with them. So Facebook said, oh, they should, you know, because I wasn't clicking like, I wasn't making comments. Facebook just because I slow down and look at the picture, Facebook doesn't know that I'm like salivating, going, oh, I wish I could go by there today. I wish that didn't have many calories, So you want people to like and all.
Can I ask people or create, when I say I'm gonna do a tasting at such and such, but only to the people who live in Baton Rouge, because they're not gonna travel from Lafayette to drive, or maybe they would, but I mean, or anywhere else.
Then I think you can now select your targeting. Like I say, my page, I specifically want to target more people who are entrepreneurs or business owners. So you can have that targeting, but then again, people in Lafayette, and my friend in Dallas, if I post something and she sees that I'm doing it, she's like, "Oh, Michelle, you need to go to LSD."
Okay, yeah. All right.
So you got to remember, people elsewhere, know people in Baton Rouge. So I wouldn't worry about that. I want it to be out there.
Okay.
The one thing that I did do for my page is I said, okay, I want it to be shown to people in the United States and Canada. And then when I went and told my friends to go like my page, my friend in Australia said, "Oh, I'm clicking the link, your page isn't coming up." And I was like, "Huh? What am I?" So I had to go out of Australia so that she could do it. Then I had somebody from London that I was talking with. They couldn't see it, so I had to go out of England. So I could specify what countries, because I didn't want the Russians and the Pakistanis and the Indians who, the Thai people love to comment and stuff, but it comes out and I can't read it anyway. So, so I did do that for my page. I didn't make it so international. I chose to only show it. So for yours, because you probably wouldn't want to ship internationally, because that would cause you all kind of, you'd have to go and research how to do it.
I wouldn't ship internationally, but I do ship.
Right, so you may want to look at your page and make sure that your page only shows the United States, so that somebody from Canada doesn't say, "I have to have this from Mr. Noel," and you wouldn't have to figure out how to ship to Canada. Because I'm sure there's some food laws and stuff that you don't want to deal with.
Well, if I put this out to my friends, does it go to their friends?
If they like it and comment on it, that's when their friends may see it.
Okay.
So if they like or comment, then
they're more likely to see it. They don't necessarily always see it, but they're more likely to see it. Because you see in your news feed, so-and-so made a comment on this, and so you start seeing, and then you say, "Ooh, well, I need to go find out about that page. That looks like a good page." Or I'm looking for a CPA. So-and-so's commenting on this CPA's page, so let me go check them out.
So that's where things get spread out geometrically, because if one of your friends likes it, then all their friends can see it. Awesome. Okay.
This is all for free, without like.
This is all for free.
Facebook ads.
That's right. Yeah, because Facebook ads, while I do Facebook ads, that really needs to be its own class all by itself because it is so specific. And so, yeah, the Facebook ads are paying for things. All this is free, except for Be Live. If you go, that's a separate outside of Facebook, and they have a free version. But if you really want to do like you were talking about, then you pay Be Live.
So how did you end up adding or tailoring the left-hand navigation, upcoming events, get marketing tips? How do you end up adding, what if there's a new category, Be Live, live, how do you modify that?
Yeah, because you can see that I have events and upcoming events, so I need to go and figure that out as to, but you go under the settings of your page, and then on the right side there's a tab that says edit page, and it shows you what tabs, and you can turn tabs on or off. Once you turn the tab off, you may have to go find where you can turn it back on because it comes out of that list. But yes, you can turn the tabs on and off, which ones show. Because for a while I didn't have my reviews on there. So I was like, I guess I need to turn that back on to where the people who are happy with me can talk, and if there's anybody who's not happy with me, at least they're not just talking somewhere else on Facebook, they can let me know.
Can I be a cup of coffee?
Please.
Take a break.
No, just go ahead.
Let's go do it.
Okay, just go do it.
All right.
And yeah, these are from the group cover photos. must have taken a slide out to kind of show the page. But I have done, if you go to, I did a teleclass the other day. And so I talked a lot about this in the teleclass, but it was without the slides. If you go to ellenmcdowell.com/wow2017, I actually had some free gifts that I gave to those people. Well, and there were videos, and one of them showed exactly how to start a Facebook group for your page. It's kind of an introduction into what I do with my online community. So ellenmcdowell.com/wow2017. There are 3 videos. A video on how to start your Facebook group for your page, how to do a short link called Bitly, a Bitly short link, and customize it, and then how to use Canva to create a cover photo that's the right size. Because Twitter's sizes of their photos are different from Facebook sizes for their photos that are different from LinkedIn's. And trying to figure all that out, Canva.com is great because they say, you want to do a Twitter header? And you say, yes. They have the size, so then you pull in your pictures and you know it's going to work.
What site is good for that?
Canva, C-A-N-V-A. My favorite sites. In fact, Canva actually sent me an email going, you really use this a lot. Weren't you paying for us? I promise I'll get there someday, but right now, you know, I can find enough stuff on there that's free, but they'll have little elements and stuff that are really cool. But I'm like, oh, I should just spend that $1. But I put in my money buying stuff like the camera, and then I'll get to buy the pretty graphics later.
Well, what I did with Canva was I put like $5 in there, and when you have the few dollars in there, then every once in a while they'll send you a code saying you can get blah blah blah, or for your $1 you can get 3 today, this day only. And so I just leave the little $5, and every once in a while there was a beautiful one with the American flag.
Yeah.
And our company used that one, and we used the book. But then the next time around, we still have the coupons that you can use all the time.
That's a good tip. So put $5 on your in the Canva, and they'll send you some free stuff every once in a while, or give you 3 for 1. Mm-hmm. See, that's another reason that I do these, because other people know stuff that I don't know. All right, I'm doing good on time. Because my third trend is chatbots. And I'll have to admit, as a person, I don't think I like them. But as a marketer, I do. So, chatbots. And ManyChat, M-A-N-Y-C-H-A-T is the one that I'm trying out. So, if y'all want to see how they work, you can go to the bit.ly/chat-with-a-butterfly, and it'll take you to a page, and on that page, click Start a Conversation. So bit.ly/chat-with-a-butterfly, and it should take you to a page that says, trying to figure out how chatbots work. Help me test it. And it has a button like this. What this does is it helps your page to talk with the fans. And so you actually are opting in to my Facebook Messenger list. So just like you'd have an email list or a text list, there's all kinds of text marketing you can do. I love email marketing because you control your email marketing. If you're not doing email marketing, come talk to me because I can tell you why I use Constant Contact, which is what you used to find out about this event in most cases.
It's just like when you go online with, say, AT&T.com and have a live chat.
It's not necessarily live because it's automated.
Okay.
You can do live.
Okay.
So like last night, I had some people who were on there, so they were both getting the automated messages as well as me typing back to answer their questions.
Okay.
And so it's through Facebook Messenger. So you can go to the Facebook messages. This gets you to Facebook Messenger. And so my page will then send you a message. Thank you for subscribing.
Okay.
You know, the first message is coming soon. And so as long as you're staying active with me, then I can send you promotion. And they do say, like the one that I have scheduled for this weekend, I said this is a promotional post. And so if it's promotion, it says, okay, we'll send it, but only to the people who have been active within the last 24 hours. So if somebody has not interacted with you recently, they're not going to get it. If it's promotional. Now I have one that says just, happy 4th of July. And that will go to anybody that's opted in. So you can send friendly messages that aren't promoting your business to anybody who opts in. So you can see here, this is what you should get. Ellen, thank you for subscribing and testing. The next post is coming soon. Stay tuned. And so I said, okay, let me test this out. And so this is automated. Anybody who subscribed to the list, I could say aim high and just send them a pretty picture of the balloons going up. So that went to everybody because they had opted in, and it wasn't promoting anything, just kind of motivational. Aim high, keep going for your business. So then I tested out and said, this is high, and it sends back a message. Thanks for messaging me. I will make sure you respond as soon as possible. So that if somebody messages you, they do kind of get that immediate response that says, hey, thanks, we've recognized this. I'm going to come back and I'll personally message you back. I'm still figuring some things out on this, but like I could go and from ManyChat go through and look at everybody who was doing it with me last night and type in stuff from there, as well as from my Facebook page, message them. So I had the option of doing it either place. But it goes to your Facebook. This is from my page looking, so this is my personal Ellen McDowell talking with my page, Ellen McDowell, your social butterfly. So the gray is from my page, and then this high is from when Ellen, the profile, said something back to the page.
Everything you sent is from your page, but when you're receiving notifications on your home page, on your home messenger, which is your personal messenger.
If you're doing this,
like
it comes from the page, and you have to go look at your page to see the messages that you're getting.
But did you get notifications?
I did not.
It says you sent a photo.
Ellen McDowell got.
Okay. So that's all on your personal.
Correct. But in order to see it, I had to go get. Yeah, because you sent a photo, that's the page sent the photo. Because I'm looking at my page here. So the last interaction was the page sent a photo. So it is an interesting trend. Some things that I have seen it used for, and this again, I'm using the free right now because I'm still regarding, just coming up with the fact that these chatbots are something that for a marketer, people like the interaction. They like, and Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook. So if you can keep them talking to you through Facebook Messenger, Facebook is going to like that. So, so this is all still the free, being able to send, but in their paid version, and I watched this girl do that. She did a Facebook Live, and she said, okay, in the comments, type in warm up. Type in the word warm up if you want my warm up video. And so, we all typed in the word warm up. Problem with is that everybody spelled warm up differently. Some people spell it as 2 words, and some people spell it as 1 word. So try and think of 1 word to tell people to type, and if you want it capitalized or not. We typed in 1 word, and then all of a sudden I got this message. Thank you for wanting my warm up. Here's the link to go get it. So it sent the Facebook message to my Facebook personal page. Thank you so much that you want my warm-up. Here's where you go find it. So I had the URL to her email opt-in. Here's how you opt in. So she captured me 2 ways. She now has my Facebook message, and I actually haven't gotten a message from her for a while. So I went back and I kind of went and looked at it to try and get active again in case she's sending out other stuff, so I can watch how she's doing this. But then she's, you know, she kept me on the email too, because I had to opt in with my email to be sent the video link. So I was like, this is brilliant. It combines both, you know, the Facebook Messenger, and she captured my email as well. So for a marketer, it's kind of a cool idea. As a person, I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna have to unsubscribe when I'm tired of hearing from her. But she's called the Prepared Performer, and she is a former Broadway star. So she was in Mary Poppins or something on a road to her company. So she's fun to watch. I mean, she is very entertaining, and she's her Facebook Lives. She has a purple background and some crystal chandelier thing that she probably got at Pier 1 or Hobby Lobby or something. So she's done her little set, and her warm-up was really good. It was a 5-minute warm-up, things that actors do before they go on stage that we all should be doing before we start our Facebook Lives, where you're not saying the wrong words or stumbling over yourself. But it was interesting to watch. Other people that I'm watching are starting to talk about these chatbots, so it's like, oh, as much as I don't personally kind of like it, but it is a trend that I'm going to have to embrace. And it works. I mean, it's a neat little thing.
Is the trend specifically for marketing and kind of poking and pride saying, hey, this is what's going on, do you want more information? Or is it meant for chatbot feedback, I think, where you're selling for like AT&T, right?
It can be used for feedback as well.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I haven't, like their keywords. So I'm thinking, I haven't tested this yet, but I'm thinking like if I said one of the keywords was problem, that I could say, here's the response if it includes the word problem, you know, respond back here to send people to the link that's my frequently asked questions. You know, if it includes this, you could send people, based on the words that they're using, a specific message that says, you know, I'll answer this personally, but in the meantime, while I still can't get back to this because you've messaged me at 2 in the morning my time. Right. You know, here's my website. You send them to a link. Here's my website with the frequently asked questions on why, you know, the instructions are missing. You know, here's instructions missing. Here are the instructions that, you know, we're sorry it wasn't in the package. Here's the PDF online where you can find the instructions. It does things like that, from what I can see. And there are a few of them out there.
Yeah.
This is the one that I hear most people using, so that's why I chose to experiment with it.
Yeah, if you set up the ads on pages, or your page, for Facebook, they will actually call it statistics via chatbot.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're already starting to use that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's good shit.
Yeah. Be Live TV, once you've set up your Facebook Live, sends you the link to your Facebook Live through the Messenger. So again, Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook. So, you know, Facebook Messenger is, when Facebook Messenger first came out, I was telling everybody, you may not want to download Facebook Messenger to your phone, because, and when it first came out, they had some problems with it. It went into your phone contacts and whatnot. But it got to where you had to have Facebook Messenger because so many people are using it. A lot of people are using it for customer service, and other people are using Twitter for customer service. LinkedIn, if you need a problem, if you're having problems with LinkedIn, there's not a phone number really that you can call, but if you tweet them, they will get back and help you solve your problem. Mine, while it wasn't solved, they acknowledged that it was something they were aware of and trying to fix within 10 minutes. So they had somebody there. Now it is fixed. It showed that I had people asking me to connect with them on LinkedIn, and it kept giving me notifications, but then nobody was there. And I was like, okay, is there somebody there that I'm not seeing? Because no LinkedIn is, or is it a false notification? They assured me it was a false notification, and it seems to have gotten fixed. So I'm not getting, if somebody says that they want to be friends with me, it is they want to be friends with me. So did I take another screenshot? No. But yeah, if you opted into that, you should get a message this afternoon to kind of show you a little bit about how that works. And it's a neat little trend that I'm going to be excited to watch, and I hope you're going to watch it too, because I do think that one is going to grow. That we're at the beginning of this one. So yeah, growing your audience. The Facebook Live is going to help you do that, because you can do that. And like I said, on the Facebook Live is when she said, comment with this, and you opted into the messenger, and then she opted you into your email message, email as well. The raving fans and the feedback, I think those Facebook groups are going to help you to do that. And the one thing that we have up here is planning, that people wanted some ideas of how to plan. And really did not do it, but since I have some extra time, I use buffer.com. Let me come on. There. Switch it over on the screen share here. Hello. Application window, that new tab. All right, as far as planning out your things that you have, I like the buffer.com because I can go in and, I need to fill this queue up. Plan exactly, when I want to post, so I can say, here, see where it says schedule there? Hope the Facebook share is going to be blank. Well, I may have to clip the YouTube video because I don't want to look at that now. But I can say, okay, schedule. I post on this account 3 times a day. And so as I'm going through and reading an article, or I actually have a Google alert set up for solo travel, because that's what this site specifically does. I can say, add that posting time, and as I'm reading the article, I can click on the, obviously needing a new battery, the little buffer extension that's right up there, the little 3 stacks of paper thing.
So you actually added that in as
I added that in as an extension. So when I'm reading something, I click on that and say, add this to my queue. Use it Hootsuite, maybe another one that you're familiar with. It's almost the same as Hootsuite. I like their vision. I like their mission statement. So that's why I went with Buffer. You do business with people. They seem more like people to me. But I say, okay, I'll post to this site 3 times a day, and I do it Sunday through, and I can click. So let's say I didn't want to do Mondays because I wasn't getting anything. I could take Monday off and say 3 times every other day. I actually did upgrade to the Awesome plan. It's a big $10 a month, but it gave me 10 different pages that I can do. So, I can go through and plan how many times a day, and then I just go find different content. See, it's the end of the week, so all of my queue has been depleted. here are different, if it'll pull up. I think I'm gonna log into there. Yes. So, 5 reasons to visit Thailand. My luxury travel blog. All I do is say add. It takes the long URL, makes it a short URL. I'll say I want to put that picture on my post. I do a little line and say, tag that person because they are the ones who wrote the article, so I give them credit. That's just a nice thing to do, to tag the other Twitter people. Plus, whenever I do that, he usually comes on and likes the post. And then put my hashtags that I like. Solo travel, since that one is about Thailand. Let's spell Thailand correctly. This tells me that I still would have 34 words that I could add. And then it just says add to queue. So I can go in and quickly plan out my week in about 10 minutes with specific posts here on that, and it's automatically going to post them out. So if I go through and spend 20 minutes on Monday and say, here are all the things that I want to talk about this week, here are articles, I can upload a picture, so I can upload my own photo that I've created in Canva usually, and put it on there, and then have it all planned out. And then I can still post on my own when it comes up, but it is an easy way to keep things planned, to keep things built, to keep things consistent. Like I said, as a small business person, you're always getting called out to stuff that you didn't plan for. And so this keeps me going, and then I just post intermittently the things, and I just kind of follow along with what's going through. Does anybody understand about hashtags? Yes, Will.
Oh, okay. So this you post directly to Twitter, right?
This one I'm posting directly to Twitter, and specifically to this Twitter account. So if I needed to go and add Facebook, I could just click on that and it would post it to Facebook as well.
So your Facebook page or personal?
Facebook page or personal profile, okay. LinkedIn page or personal profile.
And that's what you set it up to be.
This is what I added all these in. You have to go and attach them.
Into the.
Yes. And last night we learned, because I was doing this with a client, don't start your Twitter account out of Buffer. Let's go start the Twitter account separately. Because they kicked him immediately off, and we think it was because we were in Buffer and went into Twitter, and they said, nope, you're going to be automated, we're not going to let you on. And I was like, I've never seen that. But all of my clients already had Twitter, and we added them in. I'm like, okay, everybody, you can see who's using Hootsuite and who's using. If you do enough of these and you start watching, you know what the short tags are. So you figure out, okay, they're using Hootsuite, they're using Buffer, they're using my social something or other, make each other little short links. But yeah, it does help you to plan it ahead, add it on. Figure out what hashtags you want to use. Hashtags are a search tool. So hashtags help you to get found. So she wants to be known for solo travel. So I always put solo travel as a hashtag. If somebody's trying to find information on solo travel, they go to search hashtag solo travel and her in Twitter. They should see some of her tweets because they noticed to search for that. I had a client, he was a caterer, and he said, Ellen, I don't understand hashtags, so I'm just using hashtag my business name. I was like, well, John, that's great if people know you, if people are already familiar with you. But don't you want to be known for like Louisiana weddings? He said, yeah, that's what I do. That's my specialty is Louisiana weddings, Louisiana food. And so I said, okay, let's go on Instagram because you really liked Instagram. And let's face it, food does really well with pictures because we're all hungry all the time. We're Louisiana. We start thinking about dinner when we get up or drinking our coffee, right? So go and research on Instagram the hashtag Louisiana weddings. And so he did, and I could see the light bulb go off. Because on there were photographers, were wedding planners, were event planners. There weren't many caterers yet. I said, if you start using the hashtag Louisiana weddings, you're going to be one of the first ones for the brides who are trying to create a Louisiana wedding. That's what they're researching. They're using Instagram to research. They're clicking on all the ones. And so, you can kind of do some research. There is a website called Hashtagify, 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 HASHTAGIFY.
What if you have something so different like meringues? Most people don't even know how to spell meringue.
Yeah, but yours may be candy, because that's kind of what your overall topic is. So on that Hashtagify, what I did and do every once in a while is go through and look at solo travel, and it tells me the 10 most used hashtags used with solo travel. So if I know that solo travel is something that I want to concentrate on, I can go look and see that Wanderlust is another one that was being used. One of the solo travelers was in Cotswold, and so, she was using, but Astrid actually chose, she was trying to figure out last summer where she wanted to go. She was trying to decide between Austria and Italy was one of the main hashtags. So she knew to plan her trip to Italy based on hashtags that were being used, because that was, a popular topic. So you can go through and find, like maybe meringues aren't being used, but it may be cookies, and then go find stuff. So you may want to use a hashtag meringue for yours, but then use another. On Twitter, you want to use anywhere from 3 to 5 hashtags. Okay. Facebook, about 3. Instagram, I think their limit is 30. Instagram loves hashtags. You can use it. If you want to fill out all 30, go ahead. I try and limit mine to about 10 on Instagram, if even that, just because I don't feel like typing all of it.
Would you use Louisiana? Because they're made in Louisiana?
I would use Louisiana.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if that was a...
Yeah, Louisiana is a popular hashtag, so, and maybe made in Louisiana. Maybe, and you can search and kind of see who else is using that hashtag. Once you get certified Cajun, I'm sure the people who are certified Cajun, I think that's not necessarily Cajun food. I think that's just for anything that's made in Louisiana. Yeah. May not be, but I think that's what it is. You can go and search that hashtag and find, what else is being used with that. So it's another good way to help grow your audience and get found. Find what you think your hashtag would be, and then see what other ones are popular with it. Or even if they say that hashtag is not being used, you may want to reconsider whether you're using it. Okay. When I did work for Team Real World, we wanted to use TRW, hashtag TRW, because it was easy to type. But when I went and looked it up, there was a soccer team somewhere that was using that almost exclusively. And so we weren't going to stand out if we started using it. So I think we did use the hashtag Real World, and maybe we used all of Team Real World stuff. So yeah, hashtags are another way to help you grow your audience and really research and figure out which one that you want to kind of be known for. I told my catering guys to still use the hashtag with your business name on there, because that way once they found you through Louisiana Weddings, then they click on his hashtag and all of his pictures would be on there, where they could go and just research him. So when when I share something that Astrid has written, I do use the hashtag Astrid Travel. Because that way they will find all of her stuff that came from her website. But if it's not something she wrote, I don't put that hashtag on it because we're curating other people's content. You don't have to write all your own content on social media. You can go find other stuff that's related to what you do. So for you, you may want to do a bi-weekly Facebook Live and figure out a topic each time. Maybe it's how do you keep, what do you find are the best things to lock up the cabinets to keep your babies out of them to where they don't have to see you because they've, gotten into bleach that hurt their hands or something, that you do stuff like that. But maybe there are other articles that you can go at Rich Parents Magazine, you can share stuff like that that is related to what you do.
So do you put their link or
I put their link.
But
I credit
come
them.
to my page this way. I don't want them to go to the AAP website. I want them to go
But you are sharing, so they see your name that's sharing.
You are sharing good information.
Yeah.
So they come to you knowing that what you share is good and credible. So I share stuff that I didn't write, but it's good and credible information. I tell people, I give my opinion on why it is good enough to share. So that, my tweet is not just like, the reason I haven't hit Q yet is because I'll probably add something like, man, we'd like to go to Thailand someday, to where it's, our idea of what we want to do, but it shares the luxury blogs thing, and we're giving them credit. So that we're sharing our opinion as to, man, Thailand's very popular to go to. Here's a good article that I've reviewed that would share some more information. Because if you try and write all your stuff, then you're never going to be able to see patients. And there's some good articles out there. So you are curating the best articles. Like I tell people, follow me because I've already read the article and know whether it contains good and credible information versus these people who, it doesn't have enough new stuff in it. This article's 6 years, what they're sharing is 6 years old. I'm not going to share that with you. So I'm reading more about social media and online marketing, and I pare down the really good articles that I think still have something relevant to say. So if I've shared it, it's because it's relevant information. Does that make sense? More sense? Because you want to follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of what you share needs to entertain or educate, and only 20% needs to be specifically on what you do. Because if I'm a bait shop, if I sell fishing baits, and every day I post, here's the latest fishing bait that I got in. This one's orange, it catches bass. Here's the latest fishing bait that I get in, it rattles, so it catches catfish really well. Here's the latest fishing bait that I got in. You're gonna get tired of seeing just stuff about what I have. So it may be that I say, what I'm seeing in the fishing reports are out on the cocodrie, they're catching redfish today. So I'm talking about my industry and what other people are seeing, but not necessarily what I did or what I have. I'm sharing good information. So more of the time, you want to make sure you're sharing the good information or a fun post. Maybe that, like next week, something good for you to share would be fireworks safety. The kids all love fireworks. How do you keep them out to where they're not seeing you with fireworks parts? So that could be something that they would share. So you share other people's information. It saves you time because you're not having to write it all. So most of the time, but then 20% of the time, make sure that you are sending them to your website with what you have. It's another reason that people do write blogs. It's where they can share it here and get people on their website with the good information. Yes?
Are there rules for editing other people's information? Is it on a pick out and say?
Give them credit. It's kind of like with school. You have to, if you are putting their information in your blog, then make sure that you either quote or refer to them. And usually it's a good idea to link back to the website where you got the original information. And think about it, with all the fake news that we're getting, a lot of it is because they're just making stuff up and they're writing it without any background. And so it's even, I'm telling my students, at the beginning of the semester, I say, look, MLA is one of the things that I stress. You're going to get tired of hearing me say, cite, cite, cite. And that's not MLA, you know, that MLA is what we require versus APA or whatever, but you have to cite your, you know, where you got this information, and I want to see the web link. Because sometimes you share really good stuff, and so I want to bookmark the web link. But it's just like that. If you are citing where you got the good information and going back, giving credit back to it, then you're doing the right things. So yeah, giving them credit, either a link back.
Is it also okay to edit, you know, maybe change the language or take out something that may?
You can take out an excerpt, but as far as really changing what, you know, what they have said, then no, I wouldn't go and re-edit the whole article because it's not really your work and it's not doing anything new. I might take an excerpt from it and then refer back to the article and say, I'm writing my article on this, and here's where I got the beginning ideas from it. Does that make sense? But as far as, you know, going and rewriting something they did, no, you can't do that because it's not your work. You wouldn't give you the professional credibility that you're searching for on social media. Any other questions as we go through?
So I guess kind of as a summary, so if you know I'm looking for this particular market, so I'm looking for people who need accountants and they are architects.
Right.
Or I'm looking for parents who have small children. This is my target. Like, is there a recommendation? Like, where do you start? You know?
Facebook ads. Yeah. If you're really looking for something that specific, you know, a Facebook ad to increase the likes on your page, is probably going to be the first place that I would start, where you start getting the people who like your page that are in that target market. And then sharing good information on your page consistently with something like the buffer, to where you're appearing. So especially for you during tax season, you're going to want to make sure from January to April, and buffer, if you pay the $10, that means that you can have 100 posts lined up. So that, you know, when you're busy and not able to get on here, this is going to keep you consistent and keep you in front of people versus disappearing for a week or two, because this isn't your priority. Getting people's taxes done is not at that time. So, so yeah, as far as growing your audience and being consistent, I think sharing the good information, using hashtags, the Facebook Lives where you're giving good information and telling people, you know, if you're an architect, please share this with your colleagues, because I'm, you know, specifically talking today about how you can write off your trip to the architects convention in Alabama. What parts can you write off and what parts can you not? You know, make sure that your information is targeted as well to not be as random. Share fun things too. So if you find funny videos that you like that are still, you know, that can, you know, you want to be a person on Facebook. Be authentic. Be real. Be who you want to be in real life on Facebook. So I do have the membership. I call it my online marketing GPS. It is only $30 a month, so practically what you can go to McDowell's for these days with your family. And what that is I have a secret Facebook group that you got a little preview for. I have a series of emails that can help you grow your vocabulary as far as what's best for Facebook, what's best for Twitter, what's best for LinkedIn. We have monthly webinars. So I use this F2F Live, and I appear on the screen and answer specific questions that day and talk about what I'm seeing that month that's coming up. And then that 4 things? That's 3. What's the 4th? The website, the videos. So a whole library. I'm up to over 100 videos. Specifically, there are 2 to 3, about 2 to 9 minute videos that are specifically answering questions that people have asked me. You know, how do I do a advanced search on LinkedIn if I want to? Because LinkedIn is part really where you can go and find, I want people with the job title architect who are in Baton Rouge, and connect with those people. And then share stuff on LinkedIn that is, you know, linking good articles or articles that you've written for your website on that.
I try something like that. And LinkedIn says, you are reaching your limit. Your search limit. You have to get a paid subscription to do this.
Yeah, they it'll time back out, but yeah, they have that.
Yeah, like a monthly limit, otherwise you need to spend $50 a month.
Yeah, I can show you a few ways to like look in groups, and there's a program that I use that again not exactly on Facebook, on LinkedIn rules, but it automates going and looking at profiles of everybody in that group, and then the people who come and look at me back, I figure they're active on LinkedIn, so then I go and connect with those people. So I'm not doing advanced search, I'm going into groups that are in the categories of people that I want to connect with. One of my clients is trying out a new program that looks really cool, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Literally, I'm getting trained on it next week, so, but it does a lot of that where we can say we're looking for people in this target area, and we rewrite all the connection requests, and it in the background does all the stuff that we want it to do. So they don't want you to automate on social media, but it's the only way to keep up with all of it. It's not, you know, there's just too much going on with what you want to do. So figure out how to get on the Facebook Lives, figure out how to do a group. LinkedIn is definitely for you to target those people. That may be my #1 social media. I keep Facebook going because Facebook, 2 billion people are on Facebook. But I may only post there once a week versus LinkedIn. Some people say only post once a day on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn coaches post 5 times a day. Because LinkedIn is not one of those that you go back. I mean, Facebook, you kind of look through to see what people have done. When you're doing it personally, you kind of look back to make sure you haven't missed anything. We all have FOMO, the fear of missing out. But LinkedIn, you don't fear missing out. So you don't go back, so they don't worry as much about people seeing that you posted the same thing multiple times during the week. Any other questions?
What is a good standard of posts per day? Give you an average.
It depends on the site, of course. For your Facebook page, really once a day is enough. And figuring out, it's one of those things, evening is when most people are on Facebook, and that's consistent on all of my pages. Most of the fans are on Facebook at night. So I will do some posts during the week and post it at night, but they say that Facebook gets more engagement late afternoon. If you think about what people are doing, late afternoon we're on Facebook because we're bored at work and we're ready to get off and we're avoiding getting in Baton Rouge traffic. And so we'll have time to maybe make a comment or two, versus if we're on Facebook at night, we're probably on our iPads, the kids are all around, you know, significant other is trying to talk to you, and you know, so you're more just scrolling versus you're not taking the time to type. So late afternoon and evening is when I post. For Facebook pages, I do once a day. LinkedIn, I schedule 3 or 4. They say for Twitter, it can be 5 to 7. With that client, I think I have 3 or 4 times a day. And actually on Buffer, I went and said, okay, optimize for what time she should post. And it goes and looks. Every once in a while, I go and re-figure out where that optimization. So they do that figuring out for me as to what times they suggest posting. So Instagram, again, that probably 2 to 3 times if you have that many pictures. Depends, like the travel person's been traveling she has, I don't know how many pictures in her. But if you have a lot of photos, Google Photos is great. You put Google Photos on your phone, and then it backs up to your laptop, and you can get it anywhere. And I think you can right-click and say, buffer this image, and put it in your buffer. So that's a good thing to do. I thank you all for coming out. I would love to have you a part of my community. I can tell you how to get to there. There's some postcards on the front where I can help you day to day. I do also do consulting. So if you need to just meet with me for coffee or something, that is available too. When you go to my website, which is ellenmcdowell.com, my calendar actually pops up. So you can schedule, phone chat, face-to-face meeting, or you can go find out about my online marketing GPS. Because if social media still makes you go, OMG, come work with me. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good. Well, thank you. Most of what I do is the online marketing. I do some people with print ads and stuff, but I'm not the same print ad agency. It's $95 that I get on my desk. I generally, first couple times we just meet an hour and we get a lot of stuff done. What we may do is like a month of coaching, and that's $300 a month, so you kind of get an hour free if you do that. So, thank you.
I'm learning you.
So, thanks for watching.